Hey, Mike here, Riverview Turfworks. I'm going to go over and show you how to adjust the older style Rainbird ESP modular controller here, okay? So if your Rainbird controller looks like this, watch this video. If it looks different, look at one of our other videos here, but this particular older system here is still a nice controller, pretty easy to use, pretty easy to figure out on how to adjust, so that's nice. Screens over here, big dial indicator over here, so we're just going to go through everything one by one. At least this is going to be the most popular things to do, okay? So we have different programs over here, A, B, and C. With a dip switch, you can switch it wherever you want it to be at, and then so basically when it's on program A right here, you can go through here and adjust everything, and that'll be set to program A. Then if you set it to program B, you can go over here and make different adjustments for different watering times, different watering days, and that'll be set to program B. So whichever one you want it to be on, you'll just select that program, and that'll get it set for you. Down here, the sensor is for the rain sensor. If you have one, set it to active. If you don't have one, set it to bypassed. You should pay attention though to make sure that it's working correctly. If you notice that doesn't seem to be working correctly, definitely try and get it fixed. But in the meantime, you can set that down to bypassed, and it'll just act like that's not even, like the rain sensor is not even there, which means that the sprinkler system will run rain or shine. Okay. So right now the dial indicator is set to off. Of course, obviously when it's off, nothing's going to be running. Okay. Auto is going to be set to program A because we have this on program A, and then it also shows it over here on the display screen. Okay. Program A is what we want this one set to, so that's what we're going to set it to here. Current date, it's August 31st, 2023. That's what I just set this one to. But you use these buttons over here to scroll through everything. Up and down is going to scroll through what's blinking. The manual start button is going to go to the next selection. So we have different days here we can do now. Manual start, go over to the year. We can change the year if we need to. After you're done setting it, just turn the dial indicator to the next position and it's going to save it. Same thing for minutes and hours here. Up and down for change the hour. Manual start over to change the minutes. The AM and PM on this particular model, you do have to scroll all the way over on the hour meter to get it to switch from AM to PM. Watering start times. It's the next section here on the dial indicator. You can see right here it says first. We had this one set to 3:30 a.m. That's just because this one has 12 zones on it, which is quite a few zones, and we want all these zones to be ran in the morning before the clients wake up in the morning, preferably. So that's why we had this starting so early. Different systems, different times. Sometimes we start them as late as 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning. It just kind of depends. But generally speaking, unless you just had new sod installed, if you already have an established yard, you're going to want these to start early in the morning, typically between 3:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning. That way, by the time the sun is going down in the evening, your yard is dry and that's not going to give you any mold or mildew issues from having a wet yard in the night. But you can see here we have first start time, and we can cycle through the start times here by using the up and down arrows. Manual start is going to take you to the next start time. Now this particular controller gives you 4 different start times, so that means you can run these cycles 4 times per day. Typically on an established yard, you're only going to want to do once in the morning. Okay. So we had this one set, first one to 3:30, and that's the only time we only want it to run once per day whenever it is running. Now we have Monday through Sunday over here on this custom cycle page, or custom cycle tab over here. So we're going to manually go through and set whether the program is on or off for the day. So we want this particular system to run Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we have Mondays on, but if you want it off, you just click one of these arrows over here and it'll cycle through it. Go to Tuesday, we have that set off. Wednesday set on, and you do that for every single day. Now down here where it says set valve run time, this is for each sprinkler zone. Okay, so this unit right here is maxed out on sprinkler zones, so we're using all 12. So that means we have to go through individually here on each zone, and the up and down arrows will adjust the time that it's on. So this is going to run for 18 minutes for this zone. Go to zone number 2, set how many minutes you want that one to run, zone number 3, and so on and so forth until you get it all done. And that's pretty much done. Once you get all those zones set, all you need to do is set it to auto and let it do its thing, or off if you want it to be off. Of course, if it's off, it's going to be completely off, so just remember that your yard will not be getting watered. Typically, that's what you're going to, that is what you are going to want to do if there's something major wrong with the system, like a leak, or if it's wintertime during the off season. For general use, you're really not going to use any of these 3 tabs over here on the top left, other than you might possibly want to use test all valves. So this is just going to do a short cycle through every single zone. So if you want to do that, you can set it on here, set it on test all valves, hit manual start, and that will start from zone 1 and go all the way up through all the zones that are on your wired up on your controller. Okay, and it's going to run them for 2 minutes each, and you can adjust that using this button over here if you want to go up or down on the time frame that they're on. But that's pretty much it for your average controller adjustment. We're going to set it on auto and let it run. Thanks.